Welcome back, racers, to Season 2 of the Super Sunday Cup here at Brands Hatch for round number 1. This is a championship that I have put together with my subscribers, or whatever you want to say it. We had a really good Season 1, really close racing, and here is the start of Season 2, 5 rounds, so over the next 5 weekends we will be battling it out for an actual legit trophy. So a couple of things have changed from Season 1 to Season 2. The way that the championship is run has changed slightly. This time, if you finish in the top 3 of race number 1, all top 3 drivers have to do a stop and go pit stop in race number 2. Now it's changed, the races have changed themselves as well. There's now 2 sprint races that are 10 minutes each, and then a feature race which is 30 minutes. So the 2 sprint races are around Brands Hatch Indy layout, and then the feature race is around the Brands Hatch GP layout. Now, you would have seen that we qualified 3rd, so in the first sprint race and for the feature race as well, there is a 10-minute qualifying period. Sprint race number 2 is just a reverse grid flipped based on the results of the first sprint race. So let's say we finished like this, Crizzy up in first and me in second. He would start at the back of the grid in the second sprint race, and then I would be second to last and Rob third to last. And then us top 3 drivers would have to do a stop and go penalty as well. Doing it like this makes it sort of more even on the leaderboard come the end of the season as well. It gives an opportunity to drivers who might not win a race sort of outright on pace with maybe the faster people. It gives them a chance to win a race. So that's kind of what I want from these championships, is that little bit of competitiveness built into maybe just the layout of the race. So there we go, that's the information for the championship laid out there for you. I'm sure I'll come across and talk about other things as we go through. Nothing really happened in this race. It was pretty even between me and Crizzy in front. Rob just kind of started slipping back a couple of times over the 10 minutes, and as we come onto the final lap, I managed to get inside that slipstream. I was kind of hovering around that 1.4 second mark, and I couldn't really get into that slipstream. A couple of mistakes here and there. You can see as well that we're all in the new Aston Martin. We're at Brands Hatch, we might as well make it British. And right on this final lap, we are putting on the pressure on Crizzy himself in the slipstream. Probably could throw it up the inside there, a massive aggressive move, but didn't want to. I want to race clean. I want that to be sort of the staple of this championship, and I just didn't get on the power soon enough. I short shifted second when maybe I could have revved out a little bit there. We are in the slipstream, but it's not going to be enough, and we come home in second place. So we did go up from 3rd, but we're going to sit in second. So there's the leaderboard there: Crizzy, myself, Rob, Dylan, Smirnof, Potsy, Stephen, being yeeted, Shapaps, Taps, and Dirty Coil rounding out the top 10. You can see there Crizzy got +4 points as well, because he got 2 points for the fastest lap in the race and 2 points for the pole position as well, giving him 29. So there we go. That is the points leaderboard after race 1. What is going to happen in race 2? So obviously at the beginning here, you can see that the grid has been flipped. So those who finished at the front in the first race are now at the back. So me, Crizzy, Rob are languishing in 10th, 11th and 12th down there. And not only that, we have a drive-through penalty to serve as well. Now we can choose not to change tyres, obviously, because there's no tyre or fuel wear. So it's only a couple of seconds, but those couple of seconds really do make a difference. Traction control on 1 then. Away we go. But I switch it up to 0, or down to 0 too soon, and we get a little bit of wheel spin. And VLX Crizzy there on the left gets a much better start than we do, but we do have that inside. Be nice and cautious through the first corner there. We do have our first casualty, Jules, over there, who jumped into this race without any practice, so obviously caught out a little bit there. Up the inside of Rob we go. A little bit of contact over there between Potsy and Smirnof, but nothing doing. Bertman over there sending himself to the grass around. I think he just dipped a couple of toes onto the grass and around his car when we do the same, but nothing really happens. So we are up to 8th position after being down in 12th very, very briefly. So that is a very good start for us, and we do have Rob and Crizzy behind us. as we dip into the pits to serve our stop-go penalty. We don't need to change the tyres. If I had clicked change tyres there, that would have added another 2-3 seconds onto the pit stop. But away we go. The other two obviously following suit behind so they can stay in the slipstream and sort of work together. Maybe we can work together to get up to the pack in front of us, obviously passing or catching up to Jules now in front of us, who had that off on lap number 1 and nearly does the exact same thing at the start of lap number 3. Gonna go wide. That's gonna give us the inside up into 8th position now, climbing the leaderboard. We need all the points we can get. I think 8th position only gives you 4 points, so really need to start climbing the leaderboard to get those points that we desire to be successful in this championship. Nearly losing it there. That was very, very close. As we join the action a couple of laps later, sort of following Shapap's taps there wide, and that's going to give Crizzy the inside to go up the inside onto the start-finish straight, and that sort of briefly promotes us to 7th and then down to 8th again. I tried to get that cut back, but go way too wide. Nearly give Rob the invitation to go up the inside as well, but he doesn't get the run out that he wants, and we stay in 8th position. Crizzy nearly completely losing it, but manages to hold it. That is a very difficult corner there. Going to set it up for that cutback. I know he's going to have dirty tyres, so he's going to run wide on that final corner of the lap, and we move up into 7th position. GRT being yeeted, facing the wrong way. Not really sure what happened there. Nothing was really said in the race incidents after the race, so hopefully no foul play was at hand. Dirty Core just gets a little bit caught on the grass on the outside. That's going to give us a very good run up the inside into 5th position and hunting down 3rd and 4th in front of us. So lap number 12, we have caught up with the back of GDA Potsy. Smirnof has just got a little bit ahead there, but Potsy a little bit wild there. Probably could have sent it up the inside there, but that would have been rude and aggressive. So we're just going to sit behind. There's a little bit of contact there, and he does go wide. Racing stewards saw that as a non-incident incident, but once again, Crizzy's got that inside coming up into T1. I'm just going to have to back off. Nearly go a little bit too wide myself. Can we go for that cutback on the power nice and early? Do we have the inside for turn number 2? Could have been more aggressive on the brakes. Could have sent it up the inside a little bit more, but he's going to have the inside for turn number 3. And that is that attack quelled. VLX Crizzy up into 4th. Us down to 5th. Last lap then, and we have some last corner drama. Up ahead you can see Dylan, who has absolutely bottled a 2nd place finish on the last lap. Smirnof up into 2nd, him down into 3rd, and as we come out of the last corner under acceleration, VLX Crizzy just moves across Dylan there, and there is some contact which results in Dylan going off the track. The racing stewards will have to look at that in the post-race analysis. So here's the top 10 before the racing stewards have their look at it. Stephen at the top, also with the fastest lap as well. Smirnof, Crizzy, myself, Potsy, Coyle, Dylan down in 7th after being 2nd on that last lap. Also Rob in 10th as well after a spin at some point. The racing stewards though did penalise Crizzy for that contact, resulting in Dylan going off the track, and gave him a 5-second penalty to his finishing time in sprint race number 2. That moved him from 3rd place down to 7th in the results, which is obviously a massive change in the amount of points that he received. So here's the leaderboard after race number 2. Myself in first with 40 points, Crizzy in second, Smirnof, Stephen, Dylan, Potsy, Rob, Coyle, Bean Yeeted, and Shapap's Taps making out the top 10. So that is the 2 sprint races done and dusted, and you will have to wait till the next video for that feature race results. But here we go. Here is the lineup, the grid positioning for the start of the feature race. Yes, I got pole position, baby. That is good for us, as we do have a 5-point lead moving into the final race. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching, liking and subscribing. Thank you to the channel members for doing what you do, and we'll see you in the next race.